kind of held us back a lot, aside from life, was lack of like real news in the gaming industry. There really isn't a lot.
There really has not been a lot going on lately. Aside, like once the PS5 and the new Xbox came out, like that was kind of it. Like everything kind of like just slowed to a crawl.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, and it's funny too because like some of those older news stories have come back too, with
right.
Yeah, it's getting repetitive.
You know, and
but
some of them have had some updates. You know, some of them have some updates. So since we last met,
yeah, go ahead.
Since we last met, what fun things have you guys done?
Fun things. Jesus Christ.
Bug the shit out of Jay with a bunch of chat phone calls.
I've been riding my motorcycle a lot. That's my fun.
Hell yeah. Sean, how's the weather out there? Has the weather been okay?
Right now it's sunny and 71, and I wish I was on my bike right now, but I can't podcast on my bike.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. I got like 3 inches of snow on the ground here, and then depending on the weather, I may or may not be getting my kids from their moms today up in Denver. The kids went up to their moms this weekend, but if Denver and the roads are bad, those two little girls might get called into school tomorrow, and I'll just go get them tomorrow instead of today. So we'll see. We'll see.
Wait, so it's been snowing out there currently?
Yeah, and it's scheduled to snow all day today up there.
Wow.
Again. So.
Well, that's crazy. City. It's been beautiful over here too. It was 71 the other day. I mean, we're back down to the 40s now, but I can deal with the 40s.
Yeah, it looks really nice in your little what is that, Animal Crossing?
Yep, we're in Animal Crossing land today. No particular reason, just it's a game. Yeah, you know, we're being peaceful, we're being positive, being happy this morning.
That's see John, I appreciate your attitude and your motivation, because it's so easy for me to go to the dark place, you know, and like when I come on the podcast and I see you being so positive and like motivating, it just makes me a lot happier just right off the bat. You know what I mean? So it's just easier to be happy.
You know, I think it's because I was like on an on-off schedule this week from work, so I'm not as tired.
Right.
So I'm fucking chilling.
You're refreshed.
I feel refreshed. I even slept pretty late last night. You know, I hit a couple of the medicinas during the nighttime, and fucking I was actually playing GTA with Smokey yesterday last night.
Nice.
Yeah, so we need more people.
Well, one thing is for sure, John, you will never get glaucoma.
Why is that? Oh.
Marijuana.
Because you smoke all the reefer.
Yeah.
So you're taking your glaucoma medicine so often, I think you might be good for the next couple of lifetimes.
Yeah, I mean, I need to get off this stuff now. The tobacco.
Tobacco?
Bro, I'm telling you, Camel Snooze, bro. It helps. It helps. I know people don't like putting tobacco in their mouth, but I'm telling you right now, you know, it fucking works, dude.
A couple years ago, I went cold turkey for 2 years, and then I forgot what happened. I think I got drunk one night, and I started smoking cigarettes again, and I just haven't stopped.
This stuff right here costs
drunk
about.
Man,
go ahead.
Making decisions.
I remember when the snooze came out. I remember when.
My big thing with it is it says it's spitless, so you can freaking.
So you're swallowing it.
You can just sit there and have it in your mouth, and it will give you that nicotine delivery to your system, and you don't have to smoke. I've not smoked since December 23rd.
I'm gonna be with Veloz there. That may make me gag.
Yeah. No. I mean, that's like swallowing your own spit instead of spitting your spit.
No, you're not swallowing it. You're not swallowing it.
That's the thing. It doesn't make you salivate like regular dip. Like regular dip makes you salivate. Like this does not make you salivate.
I mean, your mouth just salivates on its own anyway.
Well, I mean, you can
soaks it up.
You can spit if you want to. I don't know what to tell you, Carlos. I mean, it does work. It's a better if you're trying to go smoke free. This is a way to slide into being smoke free. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's not.
Bitch. I think I would go with just vaping.
Yeah, see, I'm the exact opposite. I'm done putting stuff in my lungs.
Yeah, I'm done with the vaping. You just don't know. You just don't know what's going in you. So I just don't.
I mean,
fuck
for the
with
record,
it.
I don't vape.
Yeah.
Unless it's like
I
the
mean,
weed pens or whatever.
I have like this. This little orange soda.
Yeah, but
Tobacco
it's not tobacco.
puff.
Is it tobacco?
It's nicotine.
It is tobacco puff?
Nicotine.
Oh, okay.
Which is which is not supposed to be sold here.
The only vape pen I have is the little weed pen, but I'm out of cartridges anyway. So.
John, did you get some new glasses?
Yeah, I can see again.
Yeah, you got those
Head on.
a couple weeks.
Yeah,
but
And then Sean's losing even more hair now. So.
Yeah, I freshened up my haircut this morning. Did it all by myself. I'm a big boy.
Nice.
But you know what really sucks, man? It looks great from the front and sides, but I took a picture in the mirror in the back, and I got this balding spot.
Oh.
I mean, the balding spot's not new, but like I forget until I look in the back. So in the front it looks great, in the back I look like I'm in my 50s, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Hey, make it work, man. Make it work.
Let me get some hair in a can. I'm just like,
rock it your own way, man. Rock it your own way.
Or wear, what is it called? The little menorah, the little Jewish hats.
Yeah,
Just
right,
cover it up.
A yarmulke, dude. God
Whatever.
menorah.
The menorah is the
I have
candle
hair
holder.
right here. Now I have no bald spot. See, it's magic. Bald spot. Bald spot.
There you go.
Nice.
Hatfish.
Yeah.
Is anybody drinking this morning aside from my fucking degenerate ass? Like,
No, just a degenerate ass.
Water.
I didn't even bring water.
My
God.
wonderful
Shit.
wife got me a mango whiskey.
God damn, bro.
Mango?
Dude, as soon as I opened it, it smelled freaking awesome. It smells like an actual mango.
I gotta give it to you, man, because you always get like these flavored whiskeys, and that's the same route I would go too. That's nice.
It's great by itself too. Like it's nice and smooth.
I like it when a whiskey is you can just take it by itself.
Oh, that is some good shit.
And
What are you drinking, John?
He said he's drinking water.
A lot of beer.
He said he's drinking water.
Right on.
Yeah, actually, what's really cool is that we got, if you're familiar with the Aldi brand, the Aldi stores, we just got a Lidl or Little, however it's pronounced. We just got one here right up the block from me, so I got some purified water by Lidl.
There you go.
Oh crap! Where'd he go? Yeah.
There. He just turned his camera on.
Yeah, Say that again?
Still on.
He's cutting out.
Yeah.
He's cutting out.
He's probably in the bad area.
There he comes. There he is.
Yeah. So
Can you
yeah.
hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At ease.
All right.
So you guys got a big announcement to make.
Oh, so on the weekend of the 25th, we're going to be meeting in New Orleans for a little DD214 get together, and it's the original group that we all started playing with at the beginning of the pandemic, which I think was a big help for a lot of people getting through that.
It really was.
The first few months. And so we're getting the group together, and if you're in the area, you're welcome to hit us up and, hang out. So come check it out, the DD214 meetup in New Orleans.
Except for Rui. Fuck that guy.
So that's 2 weeks.
Except for who?
That's 2 weeks from. That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks. Not next weekend, but the weekend following, right, Carlos?
Yeah, the weekend following. This weekend is St. Patty's Day weekend.
Oh, baby.
St. Patty's, isn't it? It's gonna be St. Patty's on
Yeah.
Wednesday, isn't it?
Yup.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh,
a
boy.
green hump day.
I should have changed my thing to St. Patty's.
Right.
I totally forgot about that.
Leprechaun. Oh,
I
dude,
totally
you know
forgot
what? That reminds me, man. I should probably have a Leprechaun movie marathon. You guys
Oh,
remember
there you
those
go.
movies?
Yeah.
Those are dope.
Not a bad idea.
So you guys are excited. You guys got a big. How many of you guys are going? Like eight
Eight
of
of
you,
them.
right?
I think there's 8.
That's
Mhm.
good. That's good. It's gonna
That's
be.
good. Yeah, that's really good. I'm hoping later in the summer, if shit starts opening back up and we can get time like during the summer when everybody's like kids are out of school and shit, maybe doing something like more centrally located, like Kansas City. So
Yeah,
like
we'll
this,
talk about
so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean like this is a great thing. It's a great thing you guys are doing, and I'm really excited for you guys to meet in person and
Oh.
hang out with
Oh,
each
yeah.
other. Like, it's something that we should not have to. It's obviously not going to be a one-off. We're going to do more.
I'm
That-
hoping
that-
it's not.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's not the one-off. This was the second one because there was one prior, and that's where I met Smokey.
Oh,
So
you're right. No,
Yeah.
no, you're right. Because you guys have already done a couple.
I mean, if
On-
you
on
want to
your
get
own.
technical about it, it's kind of the third because you also met the Holses and had partied out with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But would you?
that's really like an official DD214 meetup.
I was just about to say that. Like, what is the official one? Would you consider this one to be the
Probably
first
this-
official
it-
one?
I would.
It would probably be this one. It
Yeah.
would probably be this one. Like,
Yeah, just
Or
get
it's like-
just get some footage. Make sure you film that shit widescreen.
Camera to the side.
Okay, put it to the side.
Okay,
You-
Carlos is gonna be the dude in the corner jerking off. You know what I mean? Like.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Jay, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there virtually, and I think you
I
made
will-
that quite
I will-
clear.
I like. I get when I get my cups. I like fucking with you guys because I was sitting there at work this week, and my fucking phone kept going like bing, 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 and I was like, this shit, like holy fuck, I had like the fucking, I had to put the chat on mute, and then finally like I got a chance, everything kind of slowed down. I got my daughter's up to Denver, to spend the week with my mom, and basically like I finally got a moment to myself, and I was like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Fuck these guys, like so I just started like talking shit and like making messages and like yeah, that was one. Sean, your audio is like really loud, bro. If you can hear the
Oh, okay.
sorry
Yeah,
about
please,
that,
yeah.
brother. Yeah, it's thank you.
Oh.
Yeah,
He needs
so,
he needs to get himself a skull candy. Put that bad boy in the ear, right?
I thought he had headphones.
oh, like
Don't have
a
headphones?
headset. Yeah.
Oh, he's got the
maybe.
He's got the Terminators on.
Well, it wasn't. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that when we first got on the call though. It's really weird. Like it's like
I
the
think his
audio
AC
like
went on.
yeah or something. Like the audio like went way up. It was weird. Like
Is that a
it wasn't like
bird?
that the first time. But no, real talk. Like
I'm on the interstate now.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
that makes perfect sense. When you're doing 75 miles an hour, it's a lot louder. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. No,
Yeah.
real talk though, Carlos. Like I hope you guys have a wonderful time. I talked to, or I'm Smokey personally messaged me last night because he was all worried, and like I was like, no, dude, like I'm just fucking with you. Like I'm just being a dick. Like this
I kind of
this
figured.
is just me being a dick. Like I'm not. It's nothing personal. I don't care. Like I want you guys to have a great time. I hope you guys have a fucking blast. I wish if I could be there, I would fucking be there. And we can't make it happen right now.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, same here. And
Yeah. Like
I have to say, it almost kind of made me a little emotional too because every single one of you guys were like, "We'll find the way. We'll find the way." Even because the reason why I'm not going is because of my son's birthday, and even some of you guys were just like, "Bring him down, bring him down," And I appreciate that, but you guys handle this one. We'll be at the next one because these are events. These are events.
we will. We will be at the next one. I
You
mean,
know,
that's like,
and then I'm
and John,
hoping.
I don't want you to feel bad about that because it's your
Yeah.
son's birthday.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
No,
like,
of course, yeah.
we're talking about a weekend of like fucking debauchery in fucking Louisiana.
Yeah.
Or your kid's birthday.
Yeah.
I would think the responsible parenting thing would probably be your fucking kid's birthday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I 100% agree. And honestly, I hope you guys have a good time. Check out that World War II museum, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be it's exciting, especially for the group in itself, because there's so many friends, and then I can only imagine how many other DD214 members are in the radius or in like a driving range.
And if they are, they should come by. Come check us out Friday or Saturday. More than likely, we're gonna be like on fucking Bourbon Street all fucking day Saturday, probably.
And I don't know about you. I don't know about your guys' states that you live in. So there's still like kind of like rules in place, but like nobody is fucking enforcing them. So
yeah,
the last
that's pretty much how it is here, man.
The last 2 nights, me and my girlfriend have gone out, and like the bars we were in were fucking goddamn packed, and it was like, well, I mean, I got my vaccine. I don't know about everybody else, but it's like, well,
yeah, I think since the vaccines have rolled out, everybody's kind of softened up on them.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of everything fucking shutting down for COVID last year, and I think people just want to get the fuck out. Like, people are looking for a fucking reason to get the fuck out of their houses and go do stuff. Stuff is slowly but surely starting to open back up.
People are ready.
We want people to be responsible. This is not us saying this or that about the Rona, but be responsible, obviously. But people are looking for a reason to get out and do stuff, and I think it's really great that you guys are going out of your way and getting down to Louisiana and meeting and interacting with each other like in person. And it all started with the Rona. It all like this whole group kind of exploded during the lockdown, and it's a great thing that you guys are able to do this. Well, I hope you guys have a fucking fantastic time. I really do.
And I hope everyone is safe.
Yeah. So the cool thing about that, I mean, Mardi Gras was shut down completely on the 16th last month down here in New Orleans. Like cops had shut down the streets. You couldn't go into the French Quarter at all
because they knew people were. Because they probably knew people were still going to try, right? Like
now, yeah, but then like a week or two later, people are out there on the weekend fucking walking the streets. And then I've been seeing like, TikToks and stuff in the New Orleans area for Friday and Saturday, man, and it is party. They're partying hard out there anyway, so I'm excited to check that out. Get that Bourbon Street New Orleans experience.
Yep.
Joy.
Wake up on the sidewalk, not realize where the fuck you are with your,
That's good. You guys did the Midwest. Now do DD214 East Coast. Come to me and Sean. I see him smiling. He's like, yes. Yeah.
Well,
but KC does sound real interesting. I'm ready to see some sheep and some fields of nothing.
Some sheep and some. They don't have. God damn it, fucking John. That's not okay.
This is what we think of, Kansas City, Missouri.
You fucking East Coasters, dude, in Kansas City. You call it flyover country, and you're missing out because Kansas City is a very, very underrated metro area.
I do gotta catch a Royals game though.
Wait, they don't have random sheep walking in the
I have to
streets?
catch a Royals game.
So real talk. Kansas City has something for everyone there. So you've got between the sports, you got the Royals and the Chiefs, obviously. There's a amusement park called Worlds of Fun. Right next door to Worlds of Fun is a water park called Oceans of Fun. You have the National World War I Museum, which is an amazing place. And I think if we ever do a meetup in Kansas City, we should definitely take a day and go to the National World War I Museum because it's fucking amazing. There's jazz clubs. Some of the best barbecue you'll ever eat in your life, depending on, you can literally like take your pick, like throw a freaking dart on a map on the wall in Kansas City and you'll land on a good barbecue joint. It's one of those places where it's like, there's something for everyone. And because it's centrally located in the continental United States, it doesn't really matter where you're at in the lower 48. You can get there fairly easily. You know what I mean? Whether by car or by plane, it's not that hard.
By train.
Yeah. Well, have you ever traveled by train in the United States? It's not.
It sucks.
It's not. It's really not what it's cracked out to be. Europe definitely has fucking like 3 legs up on us on
Wait,
that
we
one.
is there a river that kind of makes it up that way? Like if I were to take a boat up to Kansas City?
The Missouri. That'd be the Missouri River.
Okay.
The Missouri River goes to Kansas City.
I might
And
take
you
a
can
boat
get
from the
and the
Mississippi
Missouri-
up to the Missouri River.
And the Missouri empties into the Mississippi at St. Louis. At St. Louis, but
I'll charter a boat. I'll see ya.
Yo, are you guys seeing this? Look at Sean's
What's that?
camera. Does he look bald?
Yeah.
No,
Well, because he's got the blur
no,
effect
what the
on.
fuck?
The blur effect.
It's cutting off his hair at the top.
Jesus, you make the man self-conscious, dude. What the fuck?
It's
dude?
the camera.
First it's his bald spot. Now he's completely bald.
All I can see his fucking knuckle tats, which is a fucking badass. And he's like sitting there driving, looking like a badass. And then John's like, "Does he look bald to you? He looks bald."
You know,
What
the
fuck is that?
the camera
Like,
not only adds 10 pounds, it adds 10 years too.
And it makes you bald.
Sean's only got a couple years on me, so I'm right behind him. I'm right behind him.
Yeah, but look how young everyone is. We're all over. I mean, I'm the youngest one. I'm 32. We all look great for our age.
Yeah, it's probably because we're in the fucking army. I'm telling you. Like
Probably because we drink a lot. And
I've said this many times. Everybody in the army gives me shit for being old, but everybody outside the army tells me how fucking young I look for my age. Like,
I mean, by army standards, you are pretty fucking old.
by army standards, I'm a fucking dinosaur. I'm a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like, by army standards, I could have, if I joined out of high school, I could have fucking retired 2 years ago.
Right.
So I mean, if for a point of reference, yeah. Like I've been graduated from high school for 20 fucking years plus. So
See, that's why you were El Tío at basic, man. You were old as
What?
fuck then too.
El Tío.
El Tío, I was fucking 29 at TOJ, right?
Tío
I
J.
think it's funny too how in a lot of Hispanic cultures, El Tío is like always like 60 years old and up. The uncle, not the grandfather.
It's
the
like,
uncle.
it's not uncle. It's the uncle. That's right. It's the uncle. Like it's like being a.
I mean,
like
El
being a-
Tío.
It's like being a patriarch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like being a patriarch.
Yeah. So.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Cheers.
So we had actually some very interesting news before we get into the big stuff. There was a major fire in Rust's European servers about a week and a half ago, and they lost their data centers got caught on fire. Lost all their servers. They weren't able to do any backups, and
Damn.
it was. I'm looking at the photos right now, and the
So
pictures.
the servers too. So a lot of people's you're talking about a lot of people's worlds or loot and shit that they mine throughout the game. So Rust, for you guys that don't know, is like a survival game. Very similar to I think Atlas and what's that other one with the dinosaurs? John, you know what?
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. It's like Ark too. You know, if you guys
Oh
are
yeah,
more,
yeah. It's
you know,
it's similar to that.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
you know, if you're
Yeah.
familiar with Ark, it's like well, I think like Rust, the graphics were a little more smoother than they were in Ark, but yeah, it happened. It happened in the middle of the night. They still don't know what happened. You know, they're still investigating. They just think that it was an overheating of probably one of their computers or a few of them. But
Or
this,
probably somebody just got mad that they got grieved on the game, and then they just went to drink some money.
and just hacked the shit out of it.
I bet you they used to sell the Xbox, unlike Bethesda, and Xbox is like, fuck y'all, we're burning that bitch down.
They sent the drone.
That's
over
actually
there.
one of our
And just
talks.
kinda
That's
like-
actually one of our talks today too, and it's crazy. I feel bad for them. A lot of work.
That is a lot of work. That really sucks, man.
Yeah.
Like especially for the players that put in all those hours for it.
Yeah, it's definitely it's heartbreaking. You know.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Aww.
You guys are seeing it, folks. Jay being positive. Jay smiling, being positive. This
Where's
is
my
a
hug,
thing.
Jay?
This happens.
I'm jealous.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We had
Where's my hug from kids?
we had a minor incident last night when me and my lovely woman finally
Oh.
got it.
Are you guys making up? Was that a little makeup right there?
No.
Oh.
It was not an incident between me and my lady. It was
Oh.
we've had like 2 date nights in a row because this is actually the first time she's been staying with me for the last 5 months. Really tremendously helped me out as far as like being able to continue doing my work at the fort and get stuff done on my own time. But when the girls went up to see the mom this weekend, this was actually the first time we were able to have like our own time, basically, like for reasons. You know, it's usually me working, right? So like even when the girls have gone up there before, when my daughters have gone to see their mom before, I still had to like work or whatever. And this is like the first weekend I've actually had like off work, didn't have anything to do, took the girls up to Denver. So me and my lady had a couple nights to ourselves. And last night we were at one of the local watering holes, and it's a good place, and it was nice, and we had a good time. But we started chatting with a young gentleman who was there with his lady, by the way, which is really weird. But then he started fucking saying stuff to Nikki, and I was like, you know, I was doing my thing, like just kind of like keeping, you know, one eye like to the side, you know, fucking like, but it was like, I was gonna fucking beat this dude's ass, like it's like fucking talking, dude, just fucking talking, like please, like just give me a fucking reason, to, like let out all this fucking like aggression, right? Like, but he got the hint, and he fucking walked away, so good for him on that one, right? Like, so.
Dude, I've had that happen a lot, man. And it fucking sucks when it happens. I don't know what the fuck these dudes are thinking, man. They think it's all right, but the last time that happened, I didn't know it until we had left the bar, and then this person that I was with at the time, and she told me what had happened when I went to the bathroom. The guy took the opportunity to kind of proposition her.
Right.
And suddenly she was like, well, I'm ready to leave when I got back out of the bathroom. And I'm like, all right, fine.
Right.
So we had been having drinks with this dude for a couple of hours, chit-chatting, shooting the shit. Like, it was cool, man.
Right.
He told me what happened. I was like, you wait here. Turned my ass around, went back into that bar. I got in his face, and I was like, first of all, you're a piece of shit. I was like, whatever it is in your mind that makes you think that you can talk to somebody's woman when you know good and fucking well what the situation is. You waited until I went to the bathroom. Fuck you. And he goes, well, we can take this outside. I'm like, no, that's not necessary. I just wanted to tell you what a piece of shit you are.
Right. To his face. To his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course. And you're right. Like it's not worth going to jail over.
Trash.
But I'm not gonna fucking, I'm kind of like the fucking dude. I'm like the dude in Big Lebowski, man. Like this is not gonna abide either. You know?
Right. This aggression will not stand, man.
This aggression will not stand. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she's literally sitting right next to me, and this dude was talking to her, which was at first it was fine. I don't care. Like, you can talk to my lady. I'm not a fucking jealous fucking hack. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But like all of a sudden he's like asking for her fucking number and like saying shit to her like he's gonna kick my ass, and I was like, oh, is he gonna kick my is he gonna kick my ass? I was like, really? And what this dude doesn't know, we live in a small town, so there was like fucking like 10 people in the fucking bar that I knew. So it's like all I gotta do is fucking like round up the fucking boys, right? It's like let's go outside, dude, right? Let's pretty please with sugar on top. Let's go outside. Like that'd be great for me, right? Like I could get some
the past few weeks. I bet you were just itching.
It's probably better that I didn't get into fisticuffs because I probably would have fucked him up like really, really bad.
Yeah.
I wasn't even that drunk. Like that's the really scary part. That dude was fucking tanked. He was doing shit that you would not normally do if you weren't inebriated, and I was not really that drunk. I was like on that edge between like sobriety and just a little bit of a buzz. Yeah, I was fine. Like I would have fucked him up bad.
Well, you got to gauge. You got to gauge shit, man. You've got to figure out where are the levels of aggression right now. Because if you go, if I had walked back into that bar and shoved that guy off his bar stool,
Right.
it would have been on. They would have called the cops.
Right.
Whatever.
That's exactly right.
This guy's he's a coward, number one. He's got no spine, number two. So what would I have gained from escalating it outside of just going in there and telling them, you know what, fuck you, man.
What you were describing is exactly what I did last night, because he even like looked at me at one point and he was like, you don't scare me, and I was like, okay, I didn't come here to scare you, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, okay, like, not trying to be scary here. I'm trying to be on I'm trying to have a fucking good time with my lady. Like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Like,
what was his chick doing this whole time?
She was sitting at a fucking table like 10 feet away from us.
Probably used to it.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, there's dudes out there. There's there's dudes and chicks out there that are very sketch.
Yep.
And
it's true.
Yeah, it's like it is what it is. But Sean's exactly right, and that's exactly what I did last night. I just played it cool. I played it cool and just was like, when we were done, we left. That was it. So
you gotta do, man.
You took the high road. You took the.
But I tell you what, if he had bucked up on me, I wouldn't have been able to not.
Oh well, of course.
I would have choke slammed that motherfucker.
You dude, we Sean, guys like us, like we enjoy violence. Like, no shit. Like,
just don't want it. I don't want it, but fucking don't.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's like don't be very careful what you wish for, because I'm a really
enjoy it.
I'm a really nice guy, dude. But I enjoy violence.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
I
have
a fucking
fun.
Nice guy, Jay. You're a fucking teddy bear. Fucking love you, man.
Yeah, I'm a teddy bear to the people
You're
I
a little
love.
fucking hedgehog, you know. If we pet you the wrong way, we'll get poked. But you know, we pet you the right way, you feel soft and squishy.
You keep telling yourself that, Carlos, until you see the bad side, right? Like,
yeah, I haven't got into a fight.
So what's next on the agenda here?
Ghost of.
It's so difficult to find a goddamn bar in this place.
Are you trying to stop the bar?
I'm talking about. So I'm talking about Sean. Sean's going to the bar. Fuck yeah.
Well, here's my. I was on my way to RE and managed to get lost. I'm on the podcast and I'm going by memory.
He's not using his GPS. So now he's just looking for a bar.
I really don't know where I'm at, and I'm not going to get off the podcast to check my GPS, so fuck it. Where's the bar? I mean, this is some sound logic, gentlemen.
It is.
It's funny how our minds function. It's like it's either GPS or fucking video call. You know, I can't do it. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on what we're talking about.
Yes, hey, Sean, you want to know how I know you're in the infantry? Do you want to know how I know you're in the infantry? Because of exactly what the fuck you just said. Like, that's how I know you're in the infantry.
Yeah.
Fuck common sense. Common sense is the fifth principle of patrolling, but we don't fucking use it. So fuck it,
right? Don't you guys have that tingly alcohol sense of knowing where the bars are automatically? Like
you're talking about alcohol recall, dude. You have like drunken recall. Yes, I've actually used drunken recall. There was a dude that I only hung out with a couple times. But every time we hung out in Colorado Springs. And at the time, this is when I was still married, I didn't get out very often. And we went out like literally like a year after we went out previously. And we went to this really cool bar the year previous. And neither one of us could remember the fucking name of it. And I was like, I literally told this dude, I was like, let's meet at this one place. We'll get a good buzz on. Because we were taking Ubers and shit. I was like, we'll get a good buzz on. And I guarantee you by the time we're buzzing, we're going to remember the name of this other place. And sure as shit, we got a little buzz on, and all of a sudden it was like a fucking light bulb went off, and like I was like, oh, it's fucking this is the name of the place, and we fucking Googled it, and we fucking finished our drinks, we tabbed out, and we fucking took an Uber to the place that we'd been a year ago.
That's
literally
what I'm talking
a year
about.
ago.
That's what I'm talking about.
Seems like you found a watering hole. Where are you at now?
Drunken recall is the thing. So
yeah, he got the hat on.
Oh, looking cool.
Got my cool COVID mask.
No,
where's the other one? Yeah, where's the other one?
Well, I don't think that people are gonna actually accept that. Probably ask me to leave their establishment.
But you
Sean,
tell them
tell
so
everybody
it's
who doesn't.
easier for you to drink.
Sean,
Yeah,
tell
right.
everybody. Sean,
Do you
tell
have it
everybody
on
what that-
you? Do you
Tell
have?
everybody what that mask is. For the ones that don't know, tell everybody what that
Yeah.
mask is.
Well, I ordered a mask, and it was really just in my state. I live in South Carolina. You don't really have to wear a mask. It's not mandated. Some businesses require it. A lot of businesses put the sign out there, but really don't care if you wear one or not. They're just throwing it out there, I guess, to look woke. But I'm still kind of a minority. I don't want to wear a mask. That's my choice. But I will if I have to. If I want to go to a store and they need me to wear a mask, I'll wear a mask. I'm not an asshole. Well, I am an asshole, but not like that. Got this leather mask with the almost like Bane. It's got the metal teeth in the front, like the Hannibal Lecter safety mask.
That's what it looks like the most.
Yeah. So I thought it would look cool when I'm riding my motorcycle, but I also thought it would be hilarious to troll the people that Nazis when it comes to wearing masks in a place where I don't actually have to wear one. But I'm not going to be a dumbass and walk in because I'm in Charlotte right now, kind of in the suburbs of Charlotte, and they're very, very conscious about, you need to wear a mask until you walk 10 feet and sit down at the bar. And then you can take your mask off and laugh and can drink and sit right next to somebody. Yeah, so whatever. Like Jay said, here to debate COVID or nothing like that. It's because it's pointless. But
so where'd you end up?
I am at, hold on, Aroji's Wine Room and Restaurant.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, we're getting fancy.
Restaurant.
Fancy. Hey.
I think this is. I think this has become the beauty.
My good Sesame Street shirt, so I think I'm
Hell
nice
yeah.
and fancy.
Wait.
What does your shirt say? What does your shirt say? It says keeping it real.
Keeping it real. I'm repping the street.
Yeah. With
Sesame Street. Hey, Sean, so I have a question for you. So, like, when you go to a wine bar, right, where that's like the predominant, obviously they have hard liquors and shit, I would hope. Were you a cocktail guy, or you will actually get some wine?
I like wine. I like Pinot. Pinot Noir. Not really crazy about the Pinot. Shit. Yeah, Grigio. Not crazy about Grigio, but it ain't bad. It's just a little sweet. But yeah, if I'm doing cocktails, I'll get a mule, Moscow mule, or a fucking Tennessee mule, or just straight get a good glass of mid-grade whiskey. I don't like getting really good whiskey when I'm out in public because it's just too fucking much. It's like
you might as well buy your bottle.
Well, buy the bottle,
Yeah.
So
two drinks in, you can afford the bottle.
Yep. So I will take you guys into the bar and we'll have a cocktail. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
John, what else do we got on our news feed? I guess.
Well, this one, Jay, you're gonna like this one, and I actually have some updated news about this. Okay. So the Tsushima mayor, Hiroki, excuse me if I pronounce this right, Hiroki Hitakatsu, he has given the honor of game director Nate Fox and creative director Jason Kano of Ghost of Tsushima permanent tourism ambassadors of the city of Tsushima in Nagasaki.
Right.
This is a major thing. This is big. If you think about it, because a lot of these guys, they took the time to
Thank you, Sean.
Learn about the game and know about the history.
By virtue of playing the game, and I looked into it. There is historical stuff that they put in the game of Ghost of Tsushima, and it's an actual historical event that occurred. Holy crap, that's loud. The Mongols attempted to invade Japan, and they used the island of Tsushima as a stepping stone. And and so the game Ghost of Tsushima is actually kind of like placed in that time historically, and that's really where the game kind of kicks off, and that's what you're doing the whole game is you're fighting off a Mongol invasion. And not a lot of people are familiar with the island of Tsushima, and not a lot of people are familiar with the historical stuff that happened and occurred on that island in Japan. So the mayor of the island basically made two of the developers, Americans, by the way, two Americans,
oh no shit,
tourism ambassadors to this island, and it was a really cool thing that they did. You know, like that they saw that the game is very popular. Obviously, there's still a lot of people playing it. It's a beautiful game. I wish it was not PlayStation only. I really do, because they did a fantastic job on this game. This is one of the first times I've played a game where there's, when you're like sword fighting, or like with God of War, you've got all the different, weapons you can use. And there's a bunch of different moves you can use for the weapons. This is the first time I've played a game like that where I actually wanted to unlock all the different moves, and I wanted to be proficient at some of these different moves and not just, hack and slash and just pressing the square button, just pressing
instead of button mashing.
Yeah, instead of button mashing, I'm actually like trying to time when they try to strike.
Trying to get combos.
Yeah, you can do like a counter strike when they try to strike you and stuff like that. And it's like I actually wanted to be proficient at it. The game itself was good enough that it made me want to get better at the game, I guess, so to speak. And
pretty dope.
And the fact that they saw the benefit of this game, giving the island of kind of like a look. You know what I mean? Like, it was really cool that they did that. So
I think it's pretty badass when games take the time to be historically accurate and actually try to educate as well as making an experience for the gamer to fucking play. To show you what it was like back then. And it was. So the fact that you said the governor, or what was it, the
mayor,
main person on
to the
island
patio.
gave them access?
Now relocate to the patio.
Yeah, and this is actually, and the updated news on that is that he actually wants the whole development team as ambassadors on the island.
And that's cool that they're willing to work with them to make it as historic as possible, because not only is it good for that island, aside from like tourism and obvious stuff like that, but it lets them get their story out as a place and the people and the culture and where they came from and where it's from, which is always really badass. What sucks is when game developers they're interested in places like this and they get shut down, it's like, oh, well, we don't want to be in a game, or we don't care what you say about our city or just make it what the fuck you want, without actually contributing or collaborating with them they don't see it. I see it as an opportunity. I see it as like, this is your chance to get out there and show what your city's about, what your location is about, your culture, your people, all this other stuff, and really get immersed into that. Because as we talked about before with like the metaverse and everything else going digital, that's how people learn now these days. Like,
exactly
shit.
right.
Dude, I'm seeing it, fuck, dude, as much as I hate to say it, but TikTok is like a huge fucking place where people learn about other shit. It's like almost a new YouTube. If you don't know how to do something, fucking, it's probably going to be on TikTok and somebody's going to walk you through it. If you want to know about how people are in France or Paris, or what's it like being an American in Germany, or what Japan is like, if you're going to go out and visit, you'll find it on fucking TikTok, man. 60 seconds, 1 minute video. You just fucking watch it and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that. You learn something new. That's how games are. That's how games are these days. Like, it helps when people collaborate and get together and see it as a growth for everybody, not just what can I get out of it type shit.
Absolutely. And it is, like I said earlier, I really wish this was not a PlayStation only game, because the game is beautiful. The game is gorgeous. Like when you're playing it, there's parts where you just kind of want to just stop doing what you're doing and just like look around. There's like fields.
Red Dead is like that too, right? Where
yes.
News stations have confused screenshots of Red Dead for like actual pictures of the real place. So,
yes, and there's like there's even stuff, like when you talk about the Japanese samurai, there's like these little like waypoints where you go and you write a haiku. And so you'll sit in this little location and it starts playing some like kind of soothing music, and you get choices. You get choices for, haiku has three lines, right? Like one line is five syllables, the next line is 7 syllables, and then the line after the last line is also 5, right? And it gives you 3 choices of, you can choose which line you want to make your haiku, and then you go to the next line. It gives you 3 more choices to pick for the next line. And then you pick the last line, and then it finishes, and the main character, says this haiku that you wrote, right? Like, and it's like, and there's like, I don't know, 30 of them across the game, and it's fucking awesome, dude. Like,
that's badass.
So it's like, so it's not just the game, it's not just the fighting. It's like there's also like this warrior poet aspect to it, that gets really. It's a fucking badass game. That's all I can say. It's a fucking amazing game.
It looks badass.
It really it is. It is. And the online version, what I love about the online version is you're not fighting against other people. The online version is entirely co-op. So you have to
collaborative.
It's the whole if you want to win online, you have to collaborate. You have to be cooperative with your teammates, basically, whether they're randoms or whether they're your friends. So
I have a question about that real quick, but I just wanted to pause. Sean, what beer are you drinking? Because that looks like a nice frothy stout.
Muted.
You're on mute.
You're muted. You're muted.
You're on mute.
You're muted.
We can't hear you.
There you go.
There you
I missed
go.
the whole first
Hey,
paragraph.
before you say it, I have to say the picture on your camera is fantastic. He's got look at that camera, like you see everything.
Look, we know this from the beginning. He's fucking photogenic. I don't know why he doesn't model. We know this, okay? What are you drinking?
So this probably the tastiest brown ale I've ever had. So there's a company
It's a brown ale. Yeah.
the brewery in Asheville called the High Wire, and Asheville, North Carolina. And this particular brown ale is called Bed of Nails. It's pretty damn good. There's another brewery in Charlotte called Birdsong, and they make a brown ale called the Lazy Bird, but it's kind of on the brown sugary side, a little too sweet. This is not. This is perfect. So Bed of Nails by High Wire.
The froth on that just looks fucking amazing. Like, that made me want it even more because it looks like it's tasty. I like my beer, draft beers, when they have a nice froth to it. It almost gives you an indication of like the flavor and whether it's gonna be like smooth or thick or sweet or whatnot. And that just looked really delicious as you were fucking drinking it.
What's the setting like?
I thought it was a stout, but brown ales are good.
What's the setting like? It looks real nice over there. Everyone looks happy. Everyone looks like they're having a good time.
Well, it's Charlotte, man. I'm just chilling out on the patio. It's like 70 degrees and sunny. It's Sunday. Everyone's drinking early.
On an
I'm gonna
early
do some of
Sunday.
that.
On God's day.
Yeah, it's 76 degrees here, so it's gonna be fucking great.
They're
Yeah,
either
God's day. Yeah, there you go, John. It's God's
they're
day.
either-
It's
they're
God's
either
day.
taking communion and that's why they're happy, or it's been a shitty week and they're drinking and that's why they're happy, or they're just enjoying the day and that's why they're happy.
America is back, baby.
Yeah.
Welcome home, America. Welcome home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next, this is actually really big news. The Zenimax.
Hold on. Quick. I had that question for Jay real quick.
That's right.
About the online playing. So, when you're doing those online games, how important is it in this game particularly for them to be able to communicate with you via headset?
Immensely. Well, you can do it. You can do it without communicating if you want, but how do I explain this? So each online level has like waves, right? It's almost like playing zombies on Call of Duty.
Okay.
So there's waves that'll come in.
Yeah.
And the first couple waves probably not a big deal, but if you have a person in your group that's not as leveled up as say the other people, it gets harder. It gets a lot harder. And so communication is like you go over here, there's 3 different locations on every level that the waves will come to. and you get notified, via the game, you get notified like which location
Where they're coming from.
the waves are going to. But when you get into these big fights and you're like trying to take on like, 6 people at once, you have up to 4 people on these levels playing together at the same time. But towards the end of the levels, when the waves get a lot bigger and the enemy characters get a lot harder, if you're not leveled up, you lose pretty quick and you'll die pretty quick.
Shit.
Okay.
And then you
so
don't
coordination is important.
Yeah, so
coordination, communication.
Yes.
So
Gotcha.
so the difficulty is very progressive then.
Yes, and it's not just progressive; it's actually fucking difficult. Like,
Wow.
and it's not difficult,
Okay.
It's not difficult in a cheap way. It's difficult in like you need to be proficient in the game. Like you need to be good at the game basically to win. If that makes sense.
And the reason I bring this up is because communication among online games with multiplayer and teaming up with. I know a lot of us don't like it. It's not very popular where you team up with randos and then you end up with the one rando without a headset and you're like, what the fuck are you doing over there? We're trying to do shit over here. And it's like, I understand there's games that are trying to mitigate that. Apex for one, Call of Duty with the pings and being able to establish, okay, even if they can't tell you what you're doing, you can kind of communicate to them, what we're trying to fucking work towards. And like pinging Rainbow Six, Jay, like that one, a recent game we've played together where you're able to ping and tell, okay, well, kind of what you want done or need done. It's important. I like the idea of games going more towards the pinging and being able to identify shit without actually having to communicate. Because then those people that don't have headsets and whatnot, when you get paired up with randos, you're still able to kind of coordinate and play and make it fun versus being like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you over there? You're on the other side of the fucking map. Why are you attacking a place that has like 2 enemies when we got a whole fucking horde over here up towards the top of the map, etc.?
That's exactly right. That's
exactly right. So that's the only reason I was asking. And I do wish that more games were co-op and cross-platform and being able to play across multiple platforms, even though we hate PC players and PC games really fucking suck.
Can I say something off of that, if you don't mind butting in?
Please.
That kind of concerns me, what he just said, like with the acquisition of Bethesda. There's some games. So John, I hope I'm not stepping on your toes here, but like one of the things that one of the higher ups said about the acquisition of Bethesda here in the last couple of days is that he's heard everybody's like concerns about, is this going to be like games like Skyrim, is it going to be Xbox exclusive now? Are they going to do shit like that? Are they going to undercut the other platforms? And he gave a very definite no, that's not how it's going to be, and talked a little about it, and then tapered himself right on back to, but we are going to focus on legacy games. And he didn't say anything.
I could already tell you what legacy games that they're talking about.
Doom is going to be one huge one.
A very ambiguous no answer is what it sounded like.
I think, because what I read about that as well, if I can, real quick, is they said, from what I heard, is that they're still going to honor the PlayStation exclusives that were already announced. And they were going to, we're going to keep those exclusives, and that's fine. They're going to be exclusive for PlayStation or what have you. And I think what you're talking about more is like the future of where these other legacy games are going to, these franchises of storylines and games are going to be made more available to Xbox/Microsoft PC players versus just PlayStation. But I don't think they're going to take, because this is what I like about Xbox. From the very beginning, they've been trying to collaborate with PlayStation to try and make cross-platform games. Sony
many years
doesn't want to. They don't. They refuse, or they do, but it's only little games or a very small amount of games where they're like, okay, cool, we'll co-op or cross-platform with these games. But that I hate that I try to lean more towards Xbox, but really I don't see what I don't see what Sony has to offer, especially with cross-platform and just keeping shit to themselves. It kind of reminds me of Apple and just being very monopolized, you know, and that for me it doesn't help anybody.
Yeah.
Carlos, let's not do the corporate thing today. I'm having a really good weekend.
Let's not do the corporate thing. We have no problem talking about it. You have a problem with that. But I will say that I hope that they understand the value of cross-platform, and if they don't,
absolutely,
I hope that their pockets don't start itching and thinking that the acquisitions are the way. Now we're just going to start being like the UFC and grabbing up all these smaller promotions. So that we can be the promotion. Everything else can just feed into us. They have all these game studios that are just going to feed into Xbox. That is a legitimate draw and a legitimate argument for any platform to have to contend with, to wrestle with. Are you going to wrestle with your greed, or are you going to wrestle with making awesome content for all the players?
Well, there's two sides to every coin, right?
Yeah. And myself, I'm not biased, man. I know we joke and about Xbox and PlayStation, but I play Baldur's Gate on PC. I have owned PlayStations. I loved them. I've owned Xboxes. I've loved them. It's the same argument that you get with guitars, with Gibson versus Fender, with motorcycles, with Harley versus anything that's not Harley.
The Yankees versus the Mets.
Right. And, well, sports teams are kind of different.
Yeah.
But, like, when you're talking about, like, stuff that you can buy, they want you to brand yourself with them. And it's up to you to not be a branded item and a consumer.
Absolutely.
Be a consumer, but don't brand yourself with these items that you buy. So I love consoles. I love games. I love guitars. I love motorcycles. And I have I'm not a company jerk, man. Like they can market their own selves. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And I respect that so much too. And it's great that we touched on the exclusivity thing, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future when it comes to some of these games. If I had to guess, the next Fallout game is definitely going to be exclusive. I have a very strong feeling about that, because if you go on Xbox's social media, it's all Fallout right now. Everything is Fallout. So I feel like there's going to be a major Fallout announcement coming soon, and I feel like that game is going to be exclusive. I also think Starfield is going to be exclusive. That's another, man, I really feel like Starfield is going to end up becoming exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah. Games
like Elder Scrolls 6 should be coming out within the next 15 years sometime. So
I'm okay with Doom being exclusive.
Yeah, I'm okay with Doom being exclusive too. And the very cool thing about this acquisition is, if you haven't checked the Game Pass, they added 20 new games, including the original Doom games, like the original.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
It all started for a lot of these first-person shooters and A's games and shit. Like.
Games like Heretic and Hexen.
Yep.
Back the original first-person shooter games. You know what I mean? Like on PC back in the fucking 90s. When me and Sean were in high school and everybody else was probably in fucking diapers. You know what I mean? Like the games that we grew up on.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Bored.
Like. What did you say? What did you say, John?
Or probably
still a sperm in his daddy's ball sack.
Yeah, maybe we were.
What he said.
Yeah, maybe we were just still sperm.
Just a twinkle in your daddy's eye.
Yeah,
is that what you're...
just the thought. the thought of
keep our eye on the next Fallout game, because they dropped the ball so badly that if they're gonna
on 76.
Yeah.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Listen, man. They fixed it. They fixed it. It's fantastic now. You should see my house. You should see what I built. I'm proud of it. It's a great game.
Hold on. They dropped the ball so bad when they came out with it that whatever they come out with next, people are going to be suspect of, and they're going to be like, we remember how this other one rolled out, and they are going to have to really wow everybody with this next release. I think we should keep our eye on it. and understand that they do have something. No matter how they fix the game and how great it is now, they can't erase what they did, but they can sort of make it better with the next release being just above and beyond.
Yeah.
What is
Fallout
that
New
they
York?
say? No matter how great you are, everybody's gonna remember you for the one fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, you can build 1,000 bridges, but as soon as you suck one cock, everybody remembers you as a cocksucker.
Yep.
And not a bridge builder.
I just want them to do the right thing. Like, if they're gonna do another Fallout game, give me something in the California Republic. Give me Fallout New York. Give me Fallout London. Give me big cities.
Like a huge metropolitan city where, you know, the shit they make movies about.
Okay, like Fallout 4 was amazing, but fuck Boston. Fuck Boston.
You and your Boston hate, dude. Jesus Christ.
Fucking
the game was
East
great.
Coasters, man. I'm telling you, East Coasters, like the rivalry is real up in
Dude,
this shit.
it really is. Dude.
You know,
it really is.
But we need a Fallout New York game, even though in the lore of the game, New York is gone. Apparently,
I don't know, John. I like Boston Market. They make a really good sandwich.
I like the Red Sox. If I'm not rooting for the Kansas City Royals, I like the Red Sox.
Ooh.
So, you know, just saying.
I was gonna say something very unpatriotic, so I'm just gonna keep it at that.
Well, now you gotta say it.
I can't. I used to be in school suspension a lot.
Really?
So there used to be this guy named Mr. I don't know. I probably shouldn't even be telling this story, but this guy, I think he was a Mets fan. And he hates the New York Yankees so much. He would tell us in school suspension. I always had the Yankee hat. He was like, Yankees. If Osama bin Laden went against the Yankees, I would go for Osama bin Laden. This guy hates him. I've never seen a man that hated the Yankees so much other than this guy. And
I kind of feel the same with like Dallas Cowboys. You know, I tell people because we're Texans, right? Everybody has to know I'm from fucking Texas. If you don't know I'm from fucking Texas, fuck you. I'm gonna tell you. So then they're like, oh, so you must be a Dallas Cowboys. No, fuck the Dallas Cowboys. I fucking hate that team. Like, there's better teams out there in Texas than the Dallas fucking Cowboys.
The Texans.
Yeah, I would say
Exactly.
but like that's a lie.
Well, you know what? That's exactly how it is in Arizona with the college teams. You know, because I grew up in Tucson, so obviously we got the University of Arizona Wildcats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything, literally anything that has to do with the fucking Arizona State Sun Devils, it's like fucking gang shit, dude. I'm talking like
dude, the
literal.
rivalry is fucking real.
Like saying because every year that U of A and ASU was about to play, I didn't go to ASU, but I lived right around there, right in the Tempe area.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
they had guards on a mountain. There's a mountain that has a big A for ASU because the U of A would come up and paint it U of A colors.
Yep, and they do the same thing, and the ASU people would come down to Tucson because we have an A mountain in Tucson. They would come down and do the same shit, like, and that's like, it gets that bad. Like I'm talking like Phoenix and Tucson, specifically Tucson because Tucson is kind of like the little brother basically because we're the smaller city, you know. But everybody in Arizona has got like a giant fucking chip on your shoulder about those two teams, and it literally gets down to like it's like gang shit, dude. Like. Fuck ASU.
Oh, yeah.
Like ASU has this fucking amazing online college program, right? And like their online college is amazing right now. And I question if I would ever even take any classes from them. I don't want to be a fucking scum devil, dude. Like, right? And it's like there is zero logical sense in that. It's fucking college. Like who cares, right?
It's just because of who it is.
And it's just because it's fucking Arizona State. I'm like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Fuck ASU. Right?
Dude, I tell you, man, all the college stuff aside, like the college politics aside, the area around ASU is so cool. There's a place called Mill Avenue. Mill Avenue used to
Tempe, Mill Avenue. Oh my God, yeah.
I can talk the 90s when I would hang out on Mill Avenue. But
Yep.
there were so many cool stores and shops and groups and cliques, and nobody had beef with anybody. The black crowd was cool with the hippies, that were cool with the jocks, that were cool with the like straight edge kids, that were cool with the kids.
Arizona's a big melting pot. Arizona's a giant melting pot. Like,
it was so awesome. And there was a movie theater on Mill Avenue that would play stuff like, I think it was called Spike and Mike's Sick and Twisted Cartoon Festival.
yes.
Through the Rocky Picture Show every Friday night live.
Oh, shit.
Actual people on stage, so you can go in. If you've never been there, you got to get the Virgin thing painted on you or whatever. And
Yep.
Man, just a really cool place, a really cool time. And I'm afraid to ever go back because it's never the same. No matter if it's ruined or if it's just because I'm older now, it's never the same.
Yeah.
I don't want to tarnish that thing in my mind.
That's like the
you want to remember it, yeah.
That's like that meme I sent you guys on the group chat last night about the movie Kids that came out in 1995, and it was like watching that movie as a 40-year-old is fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
What you watch as a teenager.
Well, that's the really scary part. When I watched as a teenager, I was like basically the same age as the kids in the movies. In that movie.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Oh, by the way, that movie was where Rosario Dawson was discovered. Like they pulled her off of a porch stoop in New York City.
Yeah.
Put her in that fucking movie, and that launched her career. Same with Chloe Sevigny. She's had a very storied movie career. Both of them got their start in that movie, and this movie is fucking horrifying. But when I watched it as a teenager, it was normal to me. Everything in that movie was like, yeah, that's a fucking day in the life of, right? But when I watched it when I watched it at 40 years old, I'm just like, what in the actual fuck? Like that was my youth. That was my youth. Like, what a sick fuck. Like you sick fuck. You know what I mean? Like, because it was normal. Like, there's nothing in that movie was out of the ordinary. Maybe aside from some of the stuff that happened at the very end of it, but for the majority of the movie, everything was just like, yeah, that's a day in the life of being a teenager in the 1990s, right? And watching it now is just like, what the fuck was wrong with you, dude? Like, what the fuck was wrong with you?
Yeah, I actually have to add in that movie has followed me for fucking years. I've been called Casper throughout elementary school, all the way into fucking high school, up until So like, I remember sitting in class the first time watching it, in I think it in elementary school, and there was a scene where Casper comes up and hits the kid in the face with the skateboard, and this one kid, his name is Alcides. He's actually in the Navy. He turns back and he says, Casper. He just points at me and says, Casper. I knew I seen you from somewhere. And I'm like, this is going to follow me for the rest of my life. And here we are 15, 20 years fucking later. And it's came up twice in conversation in the last 2 days. Both being screenshots of the actor Justin Pierce who plays Casper.
Yep.
Well,
great movie if you haven't seen it though.
Yeah, great movie, but trigger warning. It's not for the faint of heart either.
Yeah, I mean, is it? I think there was a scene there with it when the kid drinks orange juice out of a tampon, doesn't he, or some shit like that?
It's soda. That's he dips it in tampon, dips it in soda. He's like, my woman's got mad flavor, yo, heavy flow. And he fucking sucks the soda out of a tampon.
We got to do a watch party for that.
All right, so moving on from that shit because it'll turn into an after dark real quick.
Yeah.
What else we got, John?
All right, so the main event. Dun, dun, dun. Now. It's the time that you've been waiting for. All right, so Halo got a lot of fucking news coming out. Halo, it's so crazy. I have to smoke a cigarette. We're talking about, and I'm going to leave the best for last because I think it would be an interesting conversation. The best part for last. So, they're coming out with a TV
Tell
show.
us, please.
There is a lot of. All right, so we're going to talk about the TV show and then the game. So the TV show, which fuck, I lost the name of the actor. From what I understand, it's going to be coming out on. Yeah, you can. Oh, what's this? Oh shit!
You got some food there?
Mac and cheese.
Sounds like you got yourself a good lady, man.
Always.
Bringing
Oh, the
mac
camera's
and
over here.
cheese instead.
Always. So the actor playing Master Chief is Pablo Schreiber. A lot of people vied for this guy. I don't know where the fuck he's from, so don't ask me. But
He's Spanish.
I would assume so, but with the last name, I don't know. But he says in his Twitter feed, a lot of people asked him what his incarnation of Master Chief is going to be like, and they're just like, are you going to do the voice?
Negative correction. He's Canadian.
Canadian.
Canadian. He's Canadian.
Okay, so they asked him, are you going to do the Master Chief voice? Because this is a big thing, A lot of people are expecting Halo. So he says, I don't do impressions, I play characters, meaning he is doing his own take on Master Chief. And he also states we're going to learn more about John.
Okay.
Now you said Pablo Schreiber, right?
Yeah.
You're not talking about the dude that plays the Mandalorian. You're
No,
talking about
no.
Pablo Schreiber.
Pablo
No.
Schreiber.
Okay, yeah, like he was one of the main characters in Den of Thieves. If you guys have seen that
Mac and
movie,
cheese.
great fucking movie. If you haven't seen it, Pablo Schreiber.
Steve Schreiber,
Yeah, like he was.
man, one of my favorite actors.
Steve Schreiber's
he's
great. Schreiber's
If you haven't, by the way, if anybody out there hasn't seen Den of Thieves, go see it. I only like it's a great like heist movie kind of thing.
Dude.
50 Cent's in it. Ice Cube.
It's on Netflix, right? I think it was on Netflix.
Yes, and I only saw one mistake in that whole movie. I only saw one tactical mistake. Everything they do in that movie is tactically sound, and I only saw one mistake, and it was towards the very end of the movie. And like I was so impressed with that movie when I saw it because of how tactically sound it was. When they do like the heist scenes, what they do, even for a heist movie, like for criminal shit, like it was very, very tactically sound. And because it's it's like a bunch of fucking veterans that are like robbing shit now, right? But what they do is pretty much what you would do in real life, right? And I only got one mistake out of that whole fucking movie, and I was so impressed because I only saw one mistake, right? And he's a great actor. Pablo Schreiber's a great actor.
Top bullshit.
Yeah, like and the only mistake was it was a sound edit, and he gets on a fucking 249. He gets on a 249 at the end of the movie, and when he fucking cocks it back and pushes the charging handle forward after you cock it back, well, the 249 fires from the open bolt position.
Right.
So you still push the charging handle forward and lock it in place, but the sound edit
stays in the rear.
Yeah.
The bolt stays the rear, but the sound editor, whoever the sound editor was, fucked up,
Chunk.
and they made it sound like that,
Yeah.
instead of the bolt locking, and that was the only mistake I saw in the whole fucking movie. And I was so impressed by that.
I actually have a horror story to tell you.
Movie for sure.
Yeah, I actually have a.
You're making Sean hard for the movie now.
Yeah, I actually side quest real quick. I actually have a horror story
Oh shit.
from boot camp. So I actually got to learn about the 249 because that was my weapon when I was embedding. I love it. I fell in love with it. But in boot camp, we had this one guy, no names, but he was a guy who was from Florida, claiming to be a Brooklyn boy. And anyway, he claimed to have sold like class 5 weapons or something like that, like class 4 or 5 weapons. Yeah, we already called bullshit on him already.
Right.
So one of our drill sergeants had a 249, and he was teaching us how to clean the weapon. So he says, I hear you are experienced with these weapons.
Yeah.
So
Come on down.
he does everything. He locks it back, The dumbass opens up the fucking the butt. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Lucky
Oh
yo,
my
God bless. The spring did not fly out. But I'll never forget the face of the drill sergeant. He was like, "Next time, you better be telling the fucking truth." He goes, "You want that shit to go through your fucking chest?"
Yep, that's right.
He goes, "That shit will
Yeah,
kill you."
And if you think the fucking 249's bad, fucking do that with a 240.
Oh Jesus.
It's even fucking worse. Like you do not fucking disassemble your fucking crew serve weapons fucking with the bolt lock to the rear. Like
That's great.
That's important.
Who the fuck disassembles any weapon cocked?
Well, idiots fucking do. Idiots fucking
You don't cock a weapon, then open it up. Like, why?
Jesus fucking
And he
Christ,
opened up the butt, that rubber part. He opened up that part. I'm saying, like, he opened it first. Like, that was like the first thing he did. Like, he just thought naturally, this is what I have to do. But anyways,
So, there are people in basic training that are full of shit.
Oh, that's the thing?
That's so crazy, man.
What? What a notion. That can't be true.
So real quick, so honorable mention with that Schreiber dude. He was in that Angelina Jolie movie Salt, which is amazing, great movie.
Salt was pretty good.
He was in a movie with the guy that played James Bond, the latest guy,
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, so they played brothers. They were Jewish brothers during the Nazi thing.
Defiance.
Say again?
Defiance.
Yes. I've seen that movie like 3-4 times.
Love
I
it.
love it. It is so good. And obviously when he played Sabretooth, not my favorite role, but like it was still decent. You know, he owned it. You know? And he's one of those guys that you don't know it, but when you're watching like Nat Geo documentaries, back when they used to do documentaries, and things like that, he does a lot of voiceover work.
Yes, he does. Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah,
Nice.
I enjoy him, but yeah, but Pablo Schreiber is going to be a Master Chief.
Okay.
So
nice.
the show's supposed to come out in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything here. I think it's going to be on a streaming service. I don't think it's going to be Netflix. But Netflix is doing Resident Evil. They're doing The Division. They already got The Witcher on lock. Netflix is killing the game right now. And with the Halo game, there was a lot of breaking news that have divided a lot of fans. No dual wield weapons.
With the game coming, yeah.
Yeah, no random no random encounters with enemies. Non-hostile animals.
The guy's drinking a Budweiser.
Look at her. Bud Light.
Go ahead,
You're talking
John.
about Coors.
And I think actually no, that was it. You know, it's going to be a completely different game, and on top of that, multiplayer. When you throw your grenade, it's not going to reload back in like it was in previous games. This, I mean, me not as
like
big.
When you throw your grenades out, they don't resupply automatically.
Yes, but there will
Okay.
be modifications that you could change that. If you ask me, especially someone from the outside who didn't really play Halo too much, I wouldn't like that. You know, you're changing a very big aspect of the game. It sounds like they're changing major things in the game. I mean,
Well, that's the thing. No, with Halo, it was always you pick up grenades. You can only hold 2 of each kind, up to 6 total, and as you expend them, you have to go and pick up more. So that was a regular gameplay portion of the game. Like it's been like that.
yeah. But what about like the wildlife? Because it says that there's going to be non-hostile wildlife in the game.
I see a whole lot of wildlife in Halo. You always had enemies who were trying to kill you, and that was it.
Bunch of aliens.
Yeah, but
Maybe some of the birds and shit like flying around or whatever.
yeah.
But you really couldn't shoot them or anything, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't played the campaign in a while. It's
Yeah.
mostly multiplayer. I just jumped into multiplayer back on.
I would really like for when they come out with it. I'll give it a shot. I've told you guys before I've never been a huge fan of Halo, and I hope it lasts for some people. But I'm always open-minded about this stuff, and I hope that this new one is be something that can appeal to me. Always, as always, like I hope for the best and expect the worst. I think that's the philosophy in life. But I'm hoping for at least a little bit more mechanical firearms, and not so much like, because they could take like the futuristic plasma weapons and all that shit that they've got in that game, and they could make them just a little bit more mechanical. I don't know a better way to put that, but the gameplay is just so floaty, and I mean it is sort of like space, and I think the problem is just I don't identify the genre maybe, but I don't know. I have high hopes because I know it's a popular game, and I'd love to game with everybody and enjoy the game. Not sit there and go, God, here we go, jumping 50,000 feet into the air, and I don't know.
So Halo for me is always been fun, no matter how long it's been since I've played it. I can always jump back into it and play multiplayer and have it's always fun for me. Like it brings me back. It's like, oh shit, this is awesome. I just went back. When I first got my Xbox, it was a Halo edition, and I had Halo 5. And I met a buddy of mine that I've been gaming with for like years, and I've met him twice already, and we hung out and whatnot. Well, I hadn't talked to him in like 2.5, 3 years maybe, since I stopped playing Halo. I just stopped playing it. And, I got back into it Thursday. He was drunk as shit, and I was fucking drinking, and we fucking got into Halo. It was fucking fun, dude. It was like that whole nostalgic, like, oh shit, I forgot how fun this was. And it just never goes, for me, it's that one game I can always go back to, and it's always going to be fucking fun. It's not going to be boring. It's not going to be, lame. It just fucking stays fun for me the whole time. So I really like it.
I'm looking for a game that is going to be on par with a game. I don't know the PlayStation, but I had a PlayStation at the time. It was called Freedom Fighters, and I loved it. Freedom Fighters was so fun. You start off as it's almost like Mario Brothers play. you and your brother are like plumbers in New York City, and all of a sudden the Russians have invaded New York City, and
dude,
you end up grabbing some gun and finding your way into the sewer system where there's like an underground resistance of American patriots. And
it's like that one movie, right? Red. What is it?
Sort of like Red Dawn. But the Russians have taken over everything. They're on the news stations. They've taken over everywhere that there is to take over in New York City, assuming this rest of the country as well. And so you go out and you end up recruiting people that are standing by burn barrels in the alleyway. And so you end up with a fire team, and you got to do things like take the post office. So it's occupied by Russians. So you go in there, you take the post office, and you officially take it when you bring down the Russian flag and you hoist up the American flag. And it's officially done at that point.
You know what's a good game that you'll like that's very like that and very Red Dawn-ish? I'm talking about South Korean, but backed by the Russians and shit type.
I think I know which one you're going to talk about.
Homefront, the first Homefront was really fucking good. That was a badass game.
That was a good game.
Homefront Revolution.
Yeah,
I think they kind of fucked it up with because they try to make it Division type play style.
Yeah.
And they totally took away from the original game.
Wow, Homefront, man.
Homefront is a really badass game. That's just about the same thing.
You just brought it back. You just brought it back. That was such a good game.
The only issue I had with Homefront, which wasn't really their fault at all, it came out at the same time that Black Ops 4 came out. That was around 2000.
Just timing. It's competitive. Call of Duty already had a big ass following by then.
Yeah, I was always playing Black Ops 4, and I got Homefront, and I played it. But I was my mind was always let them jump on and run some domination, or jump on and run some like that.
Black Ops 4 was good. I really liked Black Ops 4.
That was so good, man. They really turned a corner in the genre with Black Ops 4. It's a classic. It's a total classic.
I'm down to run Blackout any day, man.
shipment is still on. All the games. You know, they just Nuketown is in. So like all these really good maps from that game. That
Nice.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, and now
Not home front. It's not their fault. It's that was just where I was at the time. It was a good
Dude,
game.
go back and play it again, man.
the story is like
Campaign was dope.
the campaign was dope as hell.
Mhm.
It was dope as hell. What was I gonna say? So, all right, so the whole thing with Halo, the big main thing is that there are rumors that they're coming out with a battle royal, and there's been a lot of tech insider talk. They've just been like, okay, yeah, they're making one. No, they're not making one, and a lot of streamers.
It hasn't been confirmed, but there's talks.
Yeah, and a lot of streamers are saying that if Halo gets it right and they keep it grounded to their world, and you know, if it's done correctly, it could possibly be the greatest battle royale game of all time.
I hope so.
That would be a huge because then you're also jumping into the whole bandwagon thing, right? Like everything's coming out to be battle royale. You know, what mode? How do you get away from that without being grouped into everybody else and just really make it your own? Apex achieved that, I think, very well because nobody knew the game. The game came out very quietly, like nobody knew about it, and then all of a sudden it's in your fucking Play Store, and you're like, "What the hell is this? It's a free battle royale game," and it just kind of took a life on its own with competing with Fortnite and whatnot. PUBG totally failed at that, I think, because who the fuck?
Yeah,
plays
they're still going too. There's still a small player base that plays it, just not as popular as it was because when Blackout came out.
First came out, yeah.
Because when Black Ops 4 came out, and they went into the battle royal genre with Blackout. If you've never played Blackout, I suggest you find a way to get into it because it's that map is really cool. The map is really cool, and I Sean, have you played Blackout on Black Ops 4? You didn't play the battle royal. It changed. It once that came out, it was like boom, PUBG and Fortnite got like their players went down drastically, and then Fortnite came back on top. PUBG still stood under Blackout, but then Warzone came out, and that just
it just totally blew the water out of it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have no thoughts on the Halo Battle Royale. I just don't.
I know Jay would love it because he loves the Battle Royale games and Call of Duty.
Funny. That's so funny. I mean, I would love the Battle Royale games if one shot was one kill, right? And I didn't have to fucking shoot somebody 50 fucking times.
Well, Blackout had hardcore mode.
That's not the model that currently stands in gaming. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Jay, I was just having a conversation with Cal the other day about your disdain for hit markers.
It's not a disdain. I never saw them.
No. And we both kind of said the same thing at the same time. Is that I'm kind of thinking that it's his actual gameplay, not game mechanics. Because Jay's so hot and cold. When you're on it, and when you're not, it's like these fucking markers. I hate this game. You're not wrong. You're not Sean. You're not wrong. I mean, and that's like 100%. Like when there were games before I quit playing Call of Duty. There were nights that I would go the whole fucking night. Like I mean, I'm talking like hours, just playing like shit and just leave disgusted and hating my life, right? And there were nights where I was the fucking star of the show. And I'd go like fucking 20 and 2, like 16 and 3. Yeah, you guys have played with me. I mean,
I was there.
But at the same time, it's like I much prefer. I would rather get shot once and die than have to shoot my opponents 500 times before they die.
Which is why we played, hardcore, and you would think that hardcore would be hardcore.
Right.
You know,
Well,
at least,
Right.
yeah.
And the hardcore has
And
hit
I've had
multi.
we
those
got to
games
jump on
too.
another game of Rainbow Six because I know you started taking a liking
Yeah.
to that because
Well, I
You
want to
know.
add in because it's about we got to hit the final thought. I've been playing, and I played this with Smokey the other day. I played Outbreak with Smokey on the on Cold War.
Mhm.
It's probably the one thing that's keeping me in Black Ops right now. And the thing that makes this so fun is that you're not sitting in a room waiting for the zombies to come at you. It's a open world map. It's an open world Warzone map.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you go to different areas of the map to kill zombies. If you need to go take a piss or you want to smoke a cigarette, you go to a corner of the map where there's no zombies and you take a piss and you smoke a cigarette and you chill. You know,
Let me know when you're playing that next, and I'll definitely get on to play with you because that sounds a lot better than normal mode. And
I might give it a shot later on this
So,
afternoon. I want to
I
make
just
sure I
wanna-
got it downloaded.
Since I'm pretty sure the Cold War prices dropped drastically, in the last couple months.
Good.
So let me understand this correctly, John. Like you're pretty much done with the game if it wasn't for this game mode. Is that what you just said?
the multiplayer has gotten way better. The multiplayer has gotten way better, and I'm talking about connectivity. Even playthrough is fine. Hardcore is fucking great.
I've enjoyed the shit out
Yeah,
of it. I like it way better than regular old Warzone Call of Duty.
Yeah, they did the maps look great. The characters are awesome. But I haven't gotten the battle pass. I'm not worried. There's nothing in the battle pass that tells me like I need to get it.
There's nothing. When I popped on, I have a bad habit of like jumping on and buying the first 20 tiers, and if I haven't played much, I really wanted to max out that battle pass. Sometimes I'll just buy it all out because I wanted to get the weapons, I wanted to get the skins and all that stuff. But I looked at the battle pass on Cold War and I was like,
Yeah.
No, you ain't getting my money.
Yeah, it's actually gotten so bad that they have a pack for $20 where you get a character, a weapon blueprint, and 2,400 COD points. That's how desperate it's getting. And but that doesn't make the game bad. That just means they need to do a better fucking job at their battle pass. You know?
Well, that just means they fucking they pushed way too hard, way too soon.
Oh yeah.
On that game.
I'm actually glad that their battle pass sucks because now guess what? When I log on, I don't give a shit. I'm focusing on playing.
Well,
good. Well,
for the record, I think Jay was looking for a reason to actually buy the game and give it a shot and jump back into the
Outbreak.
Well, and I'm not saying what I'm going to do or not going to do, but I mean, I'm always looking for reasons. I'm definitely always looking for reasons to jump back in with my friends. And I know I've been kind of absent for a while, and I've been absent for the last couple of weeks. And life, right? Life, fucking
miss you, Jay. Come play with us.
giant dumpster fires and fucking stress and life stuff. And I'm getting out of the army, and it's stressing me the fuck out. And like,
we all remember the getting out transition process, and it was stressful.
Yeah, I
don't know. Any of us were ever in.
I tell my students at BLC because we actually have a class on SFL TAP in the army. That's like your process of getting out. I sit there and preach it to my students like have a plan. And I'm less than fucking 6 months away from leaving the army, and I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And it's like it's stressful. It's very, very stressful. And like I have children that I care about, obviously, and I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to go to school, if I want to get a job, or if I want to stay in the fucking Colorado National Guard. I don't know what the fuck I want to do. And I'm fucking 40 years old, trying to exit Neverland. You know, I've been a lost boy for the last 11 years, and I didn't have to worry about anything. And now I'm staring fucking growing up in the face. I have to grow up now, and I'm fucking 40 years old, and I've got children, and it's scary. It's really, really fucking scary, right? And it gets stressful, and I get my natural. We've talked about this before. My natural go-to emotion is anger, right? So I get angry, and I lash out and I fucking hate life, and it's not cool. It's just not cool. And I know I'm better than that, but it's also hard to fucking fight it. You know what I mean? I know I'm fucking better than that, but it's so hard to fight those emotions when you're staring it in the face. And I know I've been absent, and I want to fucking play with you guys, and I want to fucking be present, and I want to be a better friend and a better brother to all of our crew, like the whole DD214 crew, like everybody. I'm better than this, and you guys deserve better of me as a friend and a brother. And it sucks sometimes when life fucking starts slapping your face around, and you know what the right answer is. The right answer is to fucking reach out and fucking call somebody and say like, hey man, like, let's get on a fucking game. Let's go fucking hang out. Let's go have a beer. Let's do this. Let's do that. And yet you find yourself fucking sitting there like staring at your phone or fucking staring at a wall, questioning fucking your own reality. And we've all been there. And now these last 2 weeks, I've like found myself in that place like so many times. And the reaction, the emotion, the lashing out is so unwarranted. You know, it's so unwarranted. And yet it happens. And we do it, and we're all guilty of it. I know we've all done it. We're all guilty of this shit. But the people that love us in our lives, that are there for us, they've always been there, and they're always going to be there. They don't deserve that from us. And yet those are the people that we're most comfortable lashing out at. I fucking didn't fucking beat a dude's ass last night at a bar because I knew it was the smart thing to do, to not beat his ass. You know, it's not worth going to jail, like we talked about earlier, right? I could have beat a dude's ass and gotten all that fucking bad energy out of my fucking system, right? I didn't do it. But yet I'll turn around and I'll get into a fight with my girlfriend, or I'll talk shit to some of my best friends because I'm just fucking angry inside. You know, and it's hurtful. It's hurtful because the people that we love the most are the people that we're most comfortable fucking shit talking.
That's right.
It's so unfortunate. It's because you guys are better than that, and you deserve better than that for me. I'm better than that, and I deserve better for myself. And it's life. It's life, and life hits hard. Life hits really, really fucking hard sometimes. And yeah, maybe I am looking for a fucking reason to buy Cold War, right? Like, so.
Dude, I'll buy
All
that
in
shit
all,
for you,
that was the whole point of what you just said.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking famous Jay Campbell rant right there. There you
Well,
go.
dude, hey man, what you're saying is not exclusive to what you're talking about. So let me tell you, man, I've been playing guitar for 31 years. And I was just as passionate about it when I was 12 as I am at 43. I just have more knowledge and experience now. But I can tell you, my entire life, no one has tried to shoot my dreams down more than the people who love me the most.
Yeah. That's the yes.
They're,
Truth be
Yeah.
told. Truth be
and
told.
even getting biblical, Christ even said a prophet's not welcome in his own town.
Yeah.
Because everybody
right.
knows it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you, and if you got anything wise to say, they're like, hey, yeah, well, that's Studi. And I remember when me and him were like, you know, whatever. Fuck that guy. He didn't know. You know what the fuck he's doing. Like, the people that know you the most, they know you the most. And that's a blessing and a curse. And for us, we're close. We're homies. We're doing this podcast. We talk offline. We talk online. We game. We do all this shit. And, you know, sometimes it's easy to be like, the fuck is wrong with that motherfucker? You know, or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
But,
right.
No clue what you're talking about.
It's just humanity. Like, you can't really get too hung up on that shit. You just got to try to say, well, I'm not there right now, so I can enjoy that company now, and I can let everybody know that I care about them. And
or in the famous words of Eminem, I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, why would I say I am?
Fucking Carlos. Jesus Christ. Like, why? Fucking why? God.
Oh, shit. So this brings us into a final thought. Sean, do you want to do the honors? sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So as I was just drinking alcoholic beverages, if you're depressed, don't do that. If you are in a place where you are contemplating suicide, don't do that. Don't pop pills. Don't smoke weed. Don't do shit until you pull your head out of your fourth point of contact, because you will not be able to make a clear, rational decision. You will not be able to think about who is important to you, why they're important to you, what redeeming value they bring into your life, and how you are going to springboard off of those sentiments and take you to the next phase of your life, which will not be present if you try to cope by sticking your head back into your fourth point of contact, drinking, smoking, doing drugs, and not worrying about shit except for your own self. There, and this is sort of real talk. There's a large level of selfishness that comes with people who commit suicide. People who are contemplating suicide are flirting with an element of selfishness that is not realistic. Nobody wants to hear that because it hurts. You're hurting. You are hurting. Everything, not everything, but most things suck. But when you're in that position to where you are actually contemplating that shit, you don't see the good things. And you're not going to see the good things. You have to always remind yourself what's good. If you're in a good relationship and you and your girl are fucking having an argument, or you and your dude are having an argument, it's easy to be like, you could rattle off a list of shit that you don't like about the person that you're with, but seldom do we sit down and go, all right, but I love this chick, or I love this dude, and these are the things that I really care about that make me feel special, or that make this relationship special. We don't do that, and we need to do that more often. The same applies for depression and being suicidal. When you're depressed, you have a tendency to not take care of the shit that's going on in your immediate surroundings, i.e., your house typically is a representation of your mental state. So when you're depressed and you have a tendency to drink and get drunk, and nothing's going to get done. Your dishes are stacking up, everything is dirty, and that compounds how you feel emotionally. You know, it's up to you to go, all right, what's real? What's real is I need to clean my house. Get off the fucking couch. Stop fucking posting on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Stop watching the news. Stop doing all the stupid shit that you're doing and take care of what's real. What's in front of you is your family. What's in front of you is your friends. What's in front of you is a bunch of shit that needs to be done around your house. And I fucking guarantee you, when you do it, you're going to start to feel better. What you shouldn't do is go, fuck this life. Fuck my life. I'm going to post about fuck my life. I'm going to make ambiguous fucking posts on Facebook to get attention. When I don't want attention, I'm going to say I want to talk. I'm going to say fuck all these people who don't give a fuck about me. And then when they try to give a fuck about you, you give them the fucking big death or fuck you. All right? No, fuck you. All right? People reach out when they think that you need to be reached to. All right? So this whole, don't be fake. Be real is all I'm saying. If you're depressed, if you're suicidal, there are avenues. And there's also things that you can do, little tiny things that you don't want to do, that if you do, will make your quality of life a little bit better. And those little increments, they add up. They add up. And suddenly I find myself in a position to where it's not quite so bad as it was last week. Be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. That's all you can ask for. If you were a fucking dick study yesterday, today. Maybe tomorrow you do a little damage control. Maybe the next day you try to build that bridge a little bit.
Nice. Well said.